Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room is pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in the tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, yeah, this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory. Niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options. Used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Kick the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with me. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gospel. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Shit that hate, make it to the featherweight. Niggas say they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a stepper and a ruler. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick break. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gunshot. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with me. At the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Yeah. I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold. Yes. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit. And I ain't leaving. Never scheming. My head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim me riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Kick the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with me. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Yo, menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, fear, give you chills. Say y'all Jew-ish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UBK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil who is, I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now, you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Hey, I don't give a love to fuck about what them bitches got to say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love to fuck about what them niggas got to say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm strapped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga, training, put through the baddest conditions. I fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Vladimir, niggas. She know I'm a prophet, she got to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit till I go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, forget about my face. We sticking up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Don't use some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus. How many times must we remind you? One body, one race, one rank. I will never take up as a face. When the law with you ain't no up next, it's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like with they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better hide the women, hide the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be pressed as hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Rap in it, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun for the slide. For real, I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, yeah, hunter, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh. Seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man, and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray aloud. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I see a man reach out to God before he died. Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, Yeah, I was thugging with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Transform trillions of signals into relevant reach.
Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
I know on the table.
I ain't finna tell you how I got away with this shit.
If I'm more right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And then she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You a civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I ain't regular out. You's a regular out. Took that bitch back. She done fed you out. Look how you living out. You look scary out. Can't fuck that bitch right. Cause she be getting nailed out. You won't forgive her, ain't it? You wanna love her, don't you? Just know that love ain't for you. It's for the world, homie. I got some real homies. We don't pretend, homie. It's UPK, 1 West, we kicking field goals. Let that bitch lead, ho. She got them D's, though. With a little steak and ass pussy, she be going beast mode. She HIV, ho. You a dirty ass skeet, ho. Don't get that shit up out your chest, bitch. Say what you gonna do now, what you gonna say now, what you gonna do to me? It is UPK, I'm shot too deep, it's better Google me. I put these girls all in my training camp like I relieve. I say what I do and I do what I say, bitch, what the fuck you mean? If I'm more right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And then she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You a civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I get paper, bro. Got my standards up. You a munchkin out. Catching these out. Check my favorite out. I'm a player out. These niggas top block. Taking lead out. You shouldn't be worried about these broke ass bitches, and don't compare yourself to simp ass niggas, Had to shine a lot of these disparate ass women, Cause they be tripping hard, acting like they different, But a bit be basic, bit be horny, bit be naked, drinking, faking, stankin', ashamed, dirty, mouth bit be vaping. I don't get too fucks about you, I wouldn't have put no baby in you. Bit be saying they got that paper, look, they let me itch. Done caught the penalty, and my energy got me feeling me. Ice hitting on these diamond teeth that's into me. And I'm getting right and I'm stacking up and I'm getting to it. And these niggas hate but they can't touch cause I'm bulletproof. If I'm more right, that's good business. She look good but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And then she leave a piece, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her.
Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, nah, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular, nah, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular, you a civilian, nah, failure, I ain't gonna work it out, cause I ain't regular, Let her goddamn love them AIDS damn dick, she love, nigga. Ain't no taking nothing back. Cause I ain't regular,
How long does it take you to plan a site structure? The answer is too long. Barry here from the Wix Studio team.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga. This a blow. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. Hey, they said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pill. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. Or you take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fucking raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. In the photo, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop and ask you to profit. My nigga serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Like we all come together. They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby mother on high, or high. Baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that be so below to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass need the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
I'm here at the Home Internet Awards. Guys, what's it like working with your best friend?
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb. A gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures. Ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a convert. So tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ Israelites, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. UBK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil who is, I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse. That are you claiming that you a Maccabee? I'm about to cancel. Everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak. That's what I do. They riding to the core. I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Quite down a little bit.
Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Rock a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema, thumb, Shem Yahweh, to the sisters. To the ISUPK, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, Star 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under leadership of Commander Jimmy Yohana. Let's get out of here. It's truth. You know what I'm saying? The men that the Most High God raised up to put in place, to lead us, you understand, the teachers, you know what I'm saying, to feed us this spiritual food. Because remember, the scripture says, man shall not live off bread alone, but every word that coming out of this right here, the word of the Lord's mouth. So we learn how to be fed off these scriptures. And we know that because also in the book of Ezekiel, the Most High God told Ezekiel to eat the scroll, eat the roll, which is these words. You know what I'm saying? Put it in us. This is how we get full off these scriptures. Like the priest brought out yesterday, this is how we be washed in the word as well and become new and become mighty. So again, this is the ISUPK, Star 1 West 125th Street. You understand the Most High God revealed something to Abba Bivens. You understand that these scriptures in here apply to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? He went out to the highways and byways and did radical, was extreme about this truth. You understand, brother? And it cost him his life. And the scripture says, you lose your life for me, you gain it. You understand? And look what now I'm saying is here right now in 2025, because Abba Bivens was courageous when the Most High God revealed something to him. The difference is this: when the Most High God reveals something to a lot of people in the world, they be cowards and they don't move on it. You know what I'm saying? And here the difference is when the Most High God reveals something to Abba Bivens and the men that comes on after him, we move on it. This is when it's called faith without works. We move. We put our faith is. You can judge our faith off our works. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, and then everybody else be like, I got faith, but you show by their works that they don't have no faith. They have more faith in the government. They have more faith in the white man. Right. They have more faith in our oppressors than they have in the Most High God. Right. Go ahead.
It's a lot of just to add, like when people like it used to be me wanting to talk about the truth to people, so now when people see me, they want to talk about the truth. You know what I'm saying? It'll be that, yeah, man, yo, you really, man, y'all really like y'all beyond some other stuff. Or they be like, oh, I think I see you. You know what I'm saying? So like you're saying, that faith without works is mighty.
Yeah, and that's how you, that's how you actually put your light, not under the table, but on top. You know what I'm saying? Shed your light so the whole world can know, like you said, like the preacher said, they come to me now. You know what I'm saying? They want to know, yo, I seen y'all, what was that y'all doing out there in Atlanta? know what I'm saying, what y'all was training for. They opened the door for us to explain something to them when they seen us doing something that seemed strange in the world. Oh, yo, I seen y'all doing this. What y'all doing that for? And allow us to teach them something to like, this is why we do this. And this is why we don't do that. And this is why we together. Oh, why y'all not with everybody else? We explain it to them. To where it makes sense to be like, it's no confusion. You know what I'm saying? Or why y'all ain't in the church? And then we explain why we're not in the church. Right. And why they should leave the church as well. You understand? So this truth right here is really, 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 you know what I'm saying? It's like really fresh water for us. Fresh air. Because we've been walking around here, like the scripture said in Ezekiel 37, where it was dead bones. So Ezekiel like, yo, what about these? Can these dead bones come to life? He talking about us. And this is what the scriptures do. So again, Barakah Hawaii Hawashai for Abba Bivin, 7 heads, Commander General, all the generals, all the captains, the officers, troopers, the sisters, the young men, and those that's going to be sent, the flock that's coming as well. You know what I'm saying? Today, the law class, man, it's really, really important for us to have these laws because the scripture says the law is not grievous for us. Everybody else say, yo, you don't got to keep the laws of God, but they be like, yo, they teach us to follow the white man. They teach us to be like, yo, pay attention to white men. Don't do that, yo. Don't do this. Don't do that because white man is coming. Right. Fear them. Our people is trained to make them our God. You know what I'm saying? It takes away us getting the wisdom that the Most High God to give us because the beginning of wisdom is fearing the Most High God. And if our people don't fear the Most High God, so they're fools and they fear the oppressor. So what we do, we're going to destroy the oppressor. The topic today is when Christ returned, he putting white people into slavery. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, remember, you got to realize, because like last week, we went over who is the white man in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Esau, the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? The red man. I say so-called white men because they're red. You know what I'm saying? So they come out red in here. We broke all that down to show that the Most High God hate Esau. You know what I'm saying? Romans 9:13. We show that he hate him. And the reason why he really hate him is because what he did to us. Because what he did to us. You know what I'm saying? He hate him because what he did to his firstborn, his son, us. Same thing he did to Pharaoh. He said, yo, let my firstborn go, my son. And Pharaoh like, nah. Every time the Most High God kept going to Pharaoh like, yo, sending Moses like, yo, tell him let y'all go. And every time he act like he was, because the Most High God, he'll send some frogs. He dried up their water, turned all their water to blood. You know what I'm saying? He's sending these plagues on them, and then Pharaoh will be like, all right, go tell your God that I'm going to do it. And then after the Most High God stopped the frogs or whatever plague that he sent, Pharaoh will be like, yeah, I'm joking. I ain't afraid of him. You know what I'm saying? And Most High God kept going, like unalive his firstborn. Or everybody's firstborn, unalive, get him going. This right here, understanding that, you'll learn how the Most High God deals with these other nations and also how he deals with us. Right. He don't play about us. But we got to have that same love. We can't play about the Most High God. And here, we don't play about the Most High God. We don't play about Christ. We don't play about each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't play about Israel to the point where we go out there and we show them. You know what I'm saying? We raise up our brothers and sisters and be like, yo, get from over there, man. They hate you. So so today we're going to show like, yo, them devils they're going to pay. They're going to pay and they're going to pay for what they did to us. And this is really, really important for us to hear this and our children to hear this because it seemed like there's no way out. Mm-hmm. It seemed like, yo, there's no way out. How are we going to get free? Mm-hmm. To the point where, God.
It's like, not to cut you off, but it's so heavy what you're saying. Like, it's important to go into this because we think they got away.
Yeah.
Like, black people think they just got away with it.
They got away.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't nothing coming for them. They're going to rule forever and ever and ever, and nobody's going to pay for slavery. Because for what, hundreds and hundreds of years, nobody paid.
Nobody paid.
They tell us, well, I got black friends. Yeah. I never had a slave.
Nope, never. But they say this. One brother, it was a couple of years ago, we in Family Dollars, and the Edomite cashier, she did some racist. She was racist to him. You know what I'm saying? Took his bag, all that stuff like that. He called her out like, yo, you're racist. And she like, I'm not racist. My grandkids, I got black grandkids.
Right.
They use that to be like, yo, I'm not racist. But they don't really even approve of that at all. But they just say that to say, oh, I'm not racist. But they truly are. Right. And they're going to have punishment for what they did to us. And that's not gonna go. That's if we got dealt with, they gonna get dealt with. So we're gonna go to a couple of scriptures, you understand? I also have an article, hopefully we get to that as well. We're gonna go right into Isaiah 14 real quick. Because until coming in here, I never, ever, you know what I'm saying, thought that anything would happen to our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Coming home from I came home, you know how it is when you come home, you're like, yeah, we gotta learn how to be law-abiding. Right. For real. I came home like, yo, the first time I didn't really it didn't click to me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I go back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, when I go home, I gotta be a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like the priest, when I came home, they're like, yo, man, this nigga not around. Like, why he not around us? You know, like, do he not like us? And I'm like, nah, man, I gotta follow these laws, man. I gotta stay home. You know what I'm saying? Because I was afraid of them. Right. So I got a job, all this stuff like that. It turned me into American. I was turned into a great American. The only thing I didn't get to do was vote. You know what I'm saying? I never ever voted because I went first and foremost, I was gone. So I remember it was the time felons couldn't vote. You know what I'm saying? So as time went on, these oppressors got to find out how to get the most votes, right? So you're like, yeah, first they're like, yeah, let the blacks vote because they're going to vote for us. Whoever going to make it seem like they for blacks. Right. Now they're like, yeah, let's let the felons vote. Some that stupid may be like, yo, we finally can vote. My vote finally counts. No. Nope. Go ahead.
and now what you bringing out is really heavy though, because anybody that ever been incarcerated, especially multiple times, you realize, whether it click or not, you realize who has the power.
Yeah, you do.
And it's clear as a duck.
Yeah.
They have the power.
They definitely have it right now.
And by so many times you come home, you like, yo, I gotta do what they say.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to become African American.
African American.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they want us to be.
Yep.
What I'm gonna keep doing? Go back to jail? No.
Yep. And it's so much pressure because your family want that too. Your mom, my mom, my sister, all my siblings, they like, yo, like, you gotta make some changes. You gotta make some changes, man. And then we like, yo, damn, I do gotta make some changes. But those are not the changes we must make. This right here, come back to the Most High God. These are the changes we must make. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go back to our first love. We gotta keep the laws and the commandments. We gotta come together as Israel. You know what I'm saying? So we can become a nation. You understand? This is what we need to do. Not go run into the world. The scripture says in Revelation 18, come out of her and take part not of her sins. We take part of their sins. When we don't follow the laws, we're going to do what they do. So again, you go bring it out, start right at the top, Bob Kashaw.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
No, the whole world.
On Jacob.
On Jacob. Just off the rip. It said, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. A lot of people don't know who Jacob is. You know what I'm saying? My mom and them and the Christians, they do it. They would say this sometimes. Yeah, we serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But they don't. Because the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob only, you know what I'm saying, the God of Israel. So when we learn that Jacob is Israel, Prince of the Power, Yasha'Allah, and we learn when his name got changed, which was a blessing. Until his name was changed to Israel, nobody was going by that. You know what I'm saying? So again, hearing this right here, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, it shows again that he don't care about nobody else. But mercy, when he says grace and mercy upon us, we start realizing in the New Testament, like, oh, this is great. Grace to get out. That's mercy and grace. To be like, yo, we should be under the ground. We should be gone over. They say under the jail. We should be under the jail for the crimes we done. The things we did, but
and Salakia also shows like that how special we is because the Most High God only changed their name.
That's it.
He changed Abraham's name, Sarah's name. Isaac was born, and then he changed Jacob's name to a name that nobody ever heard before,
and then turned it into a nation.
Right, and then now we get our names changed, while everybody else in the world they name themselves.
Yeah, they name themselves. But we keep it how strictly how the scriptures is. Nobody that wasn't going on. Even as a child, as a baby, when you come out, you don't name yourself. Nobody named themselves like none of us named ourselves in the world. And you're not gonna come in here and name yourself here. It's just not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? You're not. People want to be like, yeah, I'm my own man. You're not. In a way, yeah, you have some kind of, you know what I'm saying, individualism, whatever case may be, but you're not your own man when you're part of the truth, part of one body. Right. Everything we do is it represents the Most High God, of course, Christ, and each other. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do, we in the UPK, they be like, yep. If we're doing great, then you know what I'm saying, we hear about it. But if we're doing something out of the ordinary, all UPK will be judged by the world. That's why everywhere we go, we got to represent this truth. You know what I'm saying? Put on the full armor of Most High God because everyone is watching us. Same thing with Christ. The priest brought out last week. Every time he did a miracle, they go to Pharisee, somebody like that. Yeah, we gotta find a way to he did this or he did that. Or yeah, we're gonna go back and say he did this. Whatever it is, they're trying to find fault in us teaching classes, feeding people. They're like, yo, y'all feeding sinners. You shouldn't be feeding the poor. Y'all shouldn't be feeding sinners. Right. Who's supposed to feed them? You know what I'm saying? Who's supposed to feed the lost sheep of Israel? Christ went to the lost sheep of Israel. What was that? What did they do? You know what I'm saying? They became lost. How? Because they sinned. You know what I'm saying? They became not his people, the Most High God people no more. Because what? So Christ went to go feed the flock, and who the food was for, like he said, when a dog came to him, like, yo, this is for the lost sheep of Israel. And she knew, like, yo, dang, but dogs eat the crumbs at least. So like this food right here is strictly for us. So right here it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
So yet for what?
And will yet choose Israel.
So now the Most High God, he's not a man of no confusion. He chose who he chose. He didn't say the whole world, none of that. He said he have mercy on Jacob. And will yet choose Israel. Go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
And set them where?
In their own land.
Hey, yo, we were just looking at the map yesterday, right? And we like, yo, we so far from our home. Right. Like it's just so far, like to the point where we can't even imagine that we came from way over there like that. Right. And we had our own land. So the Most High God said, yo, and I will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the strangers shall be joined with them. They'll take this like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody coming together. Everybody got to know what I'm saying. The Most High God going to put everybody in this land to be one. No, it's not what he's saying. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. It let you know right here the separation. You got Jacob and then the stranger. They're going to cleave to us because, you know what I'm saying, we are the righteous. Same thing they do even in our iniquity in the world. When they live in our communities, they do cleave to it. They want to be like us. So when we rule the world as well, they're going to cleave to us. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them.
And what?
And the people shall take them.
Join hands.
And take them.
And take them. The people shall take them. Go ahead.
And bring them to their place.
And bring them to their place. This is how you know this is for us. This black people. We always be like, I'm going to put you in your place. Mm-hmm. We're going to put people in their place quick. You know what I'm saying? For the black, Hispanic, Native American man to the woman. You know, they quick to try to put somebody in their place. Right. But we're gonna put them in their place as dogs, as the heathen. Because Amalek is they in our place. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like we're gonna put them in their place like we're doing right now, right?
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
No, join hands again.
Shall possess them.
Possess them. That don't mean like we're gonna be friends. We're going to possess them. Y'all going to be our possessions the way we was with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way when we watch that plantation burn down to the ground, we got to realize like, yo, a new plantation will be built, and it will be ours. And they will be the slaves there. You know what I'm saying? They everything that they use to, you know what I'm saying, to be a memory, it's going to be destroyed. Right. None of their existence, but nobody will ever believe that they rule the world. Because of how it destroyed Christ, the Most High God is going to destroy these nations to where it's going to be like damn, like gentlemen in the Mars bring up. We're gonna have museums up. We have an Edomite head up there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, and our children gonna be like, yo, we're gonna be like, yeah, man, these people right here, man, they enslaved us, man.
Right. That's a lot here. Just a piggyback off that. The scriptures say that our children are gonna be like, nah, they didn't rule the world.
Like, nah.
And Cap had me watch the old Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And they was doing the apes had their kid monkeys.
Yep.
They had white people in museums and had the kid monkeys looking at them like, Yeah, they used to rule the world. They like, no, they didn't used to rule the world. Yeah. But I'm like, wow, that's so biblical. Like,
so biblical. Just like the Egyptians. We gotta look up history and be like, damn, we never really, we're like, damn, did they really do this? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they buried themselves with the mummies. They had all their gold and all that. You know what I'm saying? We can't even be like, damn, how powerful was Egypt? We can't fathom it. We just read it in the scriptures and we look up, you know what I'm saying, the pyramids and stuff like that. Yeah. But they know more. You know what I'm saying? They're not here to be like, yeah, I did this and that and that. This. No, they can't boast on what they do. And same thing with America, which is modern day Babylon. They ain't gonna be able to boast on this no more at all. Go ahead, Baba Bashar.
God. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
For what?
For servants and handmaids.
So again, this topic today is white people are going to slavery, man. Right. They're going into slavery. All the heathens are going to slavery, but I'd like to really get onto our, you know what I'm saying, because we really know them for our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Everybody took part, every other nation took part in our captivity, but people don't know the significance of the Arabics or the Moabite, which is the Chinese man. They look at our oppressors as their friend. And that's why I wore this shirt today too, man, because like they gotta realize like America, if you think of KKK, think of America. You know what I'm saying? Like those government people that had them sheets on were the same ones that had the tie on, the badges on. Yeah. That's why they wore sheets. Because they're like, yo, we can't, they public figures. Show their face. You know what I'm saying? When they're doing all this evilness that they're doing, oh, good night. So now I'm saying, right here it says, shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
This is really important too, because it says they should take them captives who captives they were. Who fit this right here? Like we was their captives, which means right here that we should take them captives who captives they were. We were their captives. Now they're going to be in possession and be our handmaids and servants. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they shall rule over their oppressors. Oh, good night. That's not in the church. Because then, if they read this, they would really run out the church. Right. They won't be running around dancing, shaking, shibbity bobbity boo, doing none of that. They'd be like, yo, yes, we got to go. Because y'all telling me right here that we're gonna rule over our oppressors, and then y'all have an oppressor teacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mother pastor is a Edomite. He got a mega church. You know what I'm saying? For abundant life. John Carter, oh, good night. They love him. They love him. That's a fact. And they be like, yeah. I sometimes tell my mom, like, yo, send that how you tell Grams? Yeah, we feed our people. People boom. Then they be like, you know, we got a pantry. Mm-hmm. We got a pantry too. Cause like what we're telling them, they gotta defend their leaders. Because the things that we do, they see in fault in their leaders as well. They gotta convince us that, yeah, my pastor is just like y'all. Mm-hmm. Because they raised us. They know we was doing all kinds of things. And then when we be like, yeah, we teaching them this, they're like, well, you know, my pastor, they got to find a way to say he's righteous. Because we're proving that he's not. You know what I'm saying? We say, yo, right here, look, read this to my mom. She's like, yeah, we gotta talk about something else. Mm-hmm. When we get into this, and I say, yeah, your pastor is going to be a slave. If not him, his children and their children, they're going into captivity. He's not a man of God to me, Mom. And it's hard to them. Mm-hmm. Because all their life, this is what they was taught, that this right here, this guy loved them. Right. That he died for them. Mm-hmm. This is what they're taught. Yeah, he died for me. Now when we talk, like, yeah, he's going to change. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's going to change. And then it's like, yo, damn. To a regular, now I'm saying to us, you're like, yes. About time, one day, someday, right, that they're gonna feel double what our people feel. The scripture says it. Well, you can be on 3-2, Baba Kashar.
Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
See, we're gonna get rest from our sorrow. We're like, yo, damn. We're going through so much. It's like back to back. You'd be like, when do it stop?
Right.
When do it ever stop? Yeah. To the point when someone dies, they'd be like, yes, it comes in 3. To the point they're like, yo, when something bad happened, they expect something else to keep happening like a domino effect. And they can't live at peace. It's no rest. Even on the Sabbath day, everybody else outside the truth, they be like, yeah, you can't rest. You can't do nothing. Like, you can't even truly rest from our oppression. Because they're teaching us like, yo, something else. That don't give our mind peace. Right. The scripture says give us peace, power, and a sound mind. A sound mind is like, there's no words, man. It's like it's a free mind. Like it's no chaotic, nothing going on. It's not noise like rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between noise and sound. Right?
And like you said, like it was a black meme that was that had the alarm clock that go off at like 5 in the morning, get ready for the slave. And they like, yo, hit the snooze, bye. They get up and hit the snooze. And when you look at the comments, it's thousands and thousands of black people saying, all different professions, saying, yo, this is me.
Yeah.
This is me. I hate getting up.
Hate it.
Having to go to work.
Hate it.
You work so much. Like, it ain't even balance.
It's not. It's too much work. There's so much work to where, and remember, nothing new under the sun. We had to do it in Egypt. Pharaoh said, yo, man, you got to keep these niggas working.
Right.
So they can't come together and come up with a plan. They're like, yo, they growing. They got too many babies. There's too many of them.
Right.
Make them work. Give them more work. Or they done working. Give them more. And give them more. And like, we ain't had no rest. And the scripture said, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Go ahead.
And from thy fear.
And from thy fear. We ain't going to be afraid of them no more. Like, our people so afraid, like sometimes I still catch myself driving. I'm legit as heck. You know what I'm saying? You see a police behind you, like, hold on. Let me make sure everything too wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we too wild already.
Right.
But it's like, look, like our people is in fear. You know what I'm saying? Walking anywhere. We don't know what's going to happen. We in fear if they're going to take the crib. We in fear if National Grid is going to turn the lights off. We in fear if anything going to happen like this.
Right.
Because our oppression. But it's going to be a time. It's going to be a time we ain't going to have that fear. Go ahead.
Right. And like when I first was like a trooper and Cat was like, yo, you ever talk to a brother and he'd be like, yo, man, I'm just staying out the way.
Out the way.
And I'm like, yeah, we all say that. Like, yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Like, where you out the way from? like we're the only people who do that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm out the way.
Yep. Out the way.
That means I ain't going to jail.
Yep.
I ain't gonna be getting unalive.
I'm not by nobody. I'm not nowhere. I'm in the house. Out the way means you, like P said, you're afraid. You're in the house. When I used to be like, I run into everybody. Hey, yo, what's up? I'm out the way, man. That just means I was in the house. That's it. I mean, one of my boys in the world, he like, yo, man, I thought you moved out of town. I was so much out the way, like work home. I mean, fair that, yo, I'm going to go up there. So much, you're just so afraid. Right. You're so afraid because, like, damn, you're afraid, like, damn, I'm next. Right. If I'm going to be next to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be next to. There's so much trauma going on in our community. Same thing with the mothers. They live in fear. They're like, damn, if the son gonna come, my son gonna come home tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where they project that fear on us. Be like, yo, don't go nowhere but school, home. What?
Or Salakia, when they get that post, check on your people.
Yep, check on your people, y'all. Everybody going.
Like we the only people that do that.
Yeah. Everybody checking on their people because they just don't know. It could be our people. Right. They don't have that. Like even a realtor that, now I'm saying we done with a realtor, and she like, yeah, we talking about Kias. Now I'm saying we had a Kia before, and she like, yeah. My realtor like, yeah, I don't know, I didn't know if I'll get another Kia because then we changed to GMC, and she like, yeah, I didn't want to get another Kia because the Kia boys. And then she like, yeah, but I don't live in the city, so she don't have the thoughts of her car getting taken. Right. You know what I'm saying? With anybody even breaking in anything, they leave their doors open. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, they're so safe out there, like there's no street lights out there, no nothing. Like when you drive out in them communities at night, there's no street lights, man. Like they just put it in our community. So yeah, we ain't gonna have no fear, right?
And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Like, it's like we was made to serve. It's like, yo, like we just like damn, you gotta wake up, work. Soon you turn like what 14 to 16, they like, yeah, get your working paper for seeing where it works.
Right, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We're made to serve. It's like, yeah, I gotta get a job.
Right.
Gotta get a job. That's why people go to college. I gotta get a good job. I gotta get a good paying job because we're made to serve them. We gotta build America. We gotta keep it going. And this is what they put in place to keep it going because in bondage we're made to serve. You go. Matter of fact, drop down 21 real quick for time's sake, because then you'll have those that be like, "Oh, yo, I didn't have no slaves." The priest said, "I didn't have no slaves. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to deserve what y'all talking about." You know what I'm saying? I don't deserve this right here. That happened. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't oppress y'all, but they benefit from our oppression.
Right.
They have, you know what I'm saying? They don't got to worry about nothing. Like the white lady said about when they interviewed about the plantation, like, yo, man, it's a staple for our community. Like they want their kids to see the power that they have. They're like, yo, our kids got to see that we own these monkeys. That's what they say. Like, these are monkeys. These are niggas. Nigga with the GER. Like, yeah, we got to let you know that we own them. Like, even though y'all may see like it may seem like they're good and strong, but guess what? We have them in chains. So like, and then they be like, yeah, let's go over there and show them. And then they benefit from this because they don't live in that fear. They don't live in that no rest. Right?
It's like I was at the DMV this morning, and the line was mad Edomites, and I had a banana.
Yeah,
and I'm eating a banana because I'm hungry. And yo, the look on all their faces was exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
And I can like almost hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
Niggas are monkeys.
Yep.
It's
crazy because now, like we grew up without knowing how to combat against them having all the harsh words.
Right.
Like they say some words to that, they'll tear a little girl down, like, oh, you big lips, or nose, or nappy hair, all that. And we learn to hear to be like, yo, that hair is, you know what I'm saying? Remember, like Christ had hair of wool.
Right.
Your hair is beautiful. Oh, full lips. Oh, yeah, art. We bring the beauty back to our people. But let them tell it. Like the priest said, they find a way to you know what I'm saying, to destroy our character. And coming in here, guess what? We learned how to call them devils.
Right.
We learned how to call them dogs. We learned how to be like, y'all the heathens. Y'all like, y'all nothing. We come back to where like we make them feel worse than how they make us feel.
Right.
Because what we're saying about them is true. We don't come from no goddamn monkeys. But they truly is the dogs. They truly gonna go into slavery. They truly is the red man and the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? So all that, we learn to be like, yo, what y'all have no power at all. We is their power. Like we built that plantation that got destroyed. Just look up every plantation, you'll see that we built it all. From bathrooms to everything. We was the plumbers and the electricians and all that. We was all that. They didn't have to do nothing, they sat back. You know what I'm saying? We did all the work on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, read 21 for me, Barbara Shaw.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
This is what we say. Prepare slaughter for his children, their children for the iniquity of their fathers, because their fathers did some things. Same way with us. Our forefathers went off. We had to go into. We had paid.
Right.
We got judged on that. We was a part of their punishment. You really want to hurt somebody? Mess with their children.
Right.
Mess with their fruit. Oh man, good night. That's how you really get to an individual. And that's how judgment is. Like their children gonna have to feel from what, because a lot of their people died. Mm-hmm. The people that like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and them, they died without feeling any kind of remorse, compassion, or punishment.
Right.
Their children gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they're gonna come back into it as well. They may thought they got away. They're gonna be born into chains.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna be mighty. Like this is what I do. Right. This is why we do this work. You know what I'm saying? Like Moses, like priest brought out yesterday. Moses he didn't get into the land and see the fruit of the work he did, but he knew the purpose of doing it. Abraham didn't see it. Isaac, they didn't see it. So for me, like it's like preparing it for our children is enough for me to see, because they're gonna see it. Mm-hmm. They're gonna see it. Same way with Abba Bivens. He didn't know what he was. He just knew like the Most High God revealed something to him, and he's gonna do the works. He didn't see the Passover we just had. Right. He didn't see that. He didn't see the Hebrew Academy that we just had. Right. Like, oh man, he'd be like, wow, he'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do it again. If he had to do it again and be unalive the same way, he'll do it again. And the same thing with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had it, like, seeing the works that we're doing, and even commending him, he'll do it again. Hearing what they said, the captain said at Passover by Hebrew Academy, they said, yo, it was only a few of us. The commander General Hunter said, it's going to be thousands of people in front of y'all one day. And they're like, yo, they didn't know how to believe it, but they have faith.
Right.
They know, like, yeah, we following him. He's following Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then for them to see it, make them, oh man, you're gonna see the captains is going hard right now.
Right.
Like everybody's going hard, but when you see something come to a prophecy or something comes to life, oh man,
right,
you're gonna start running for that. Oh man, that zeal gonna keep going up because it's like, yo, this is real. Everybody, and that's faith. It's something of things that you can't see but hope for. You're like, hold on, you hope for these things. You know what I'm saying? And some people may not see it, but when you read this, you see it. You know what I'm saying? We see that these devils will be in captivity, even though they're running the world now. Even though Trump is the president right now, we see that they're going to be enslaved.
Yeah, right.
But
that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
This will not happen ever again. The things that they was able to do, fill the world with cities. They got a army base everywhere. America is everywhere, right? This is how you know, like when it comes to pass, when they go into slavery, they ain't gonna have nothing. And it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious to know that, yo, these devils will be enslaved.
Right.
These devils, and when we remember this, right? Because some people are like, yo, that's cruel. For white people going to slavery. Don't think of their slavery as white supremacy or what they did to us. This means they're going to serve. They're not going to own anything. Don't think that we're going to be raping their ribs or their daughters or abusing their people. We're not. Come on, man. The law. We ain't even going to sleep with them. We're not going to. You know what I'm saying? Do the cruelty and evil things that they did to us. You know what I'm saying? Feeding their babies to alligators and all that stuff like that. We're not going to do all that. But they're going to be enslaved. They're going to serve. Like the scripture says in verse 2. Isaiah 14 and verse 2 it said that the Lord, they would be servants and handmaids.
Right.
They would serve us and they would be handmaids. One more, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 32. Jeremiah 30. Slakia. We're going to come, because these prophets, we just read Isaiah, of course he's a prophet as well. These are prophecies that's going to come about. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're going to be destroyed.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 1.
You can go to... We start at 16, but just for our little backdrop, this is what the Most High God, he basically said if you start from the beginning, it tell you about us going into captivity. You know what I'm saying? It tell what we did. You know what I'm saying? But when you get down, you'll see that when the Most High God, basically, you know what I'm saying, send us back in our own land, like Isaiah was just saying to as well. And those that oppressed us, same thing with Jeremiah, going to get into it as well. You can start right at 16.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
All they that devour thee, all they that devoured us, right? They will be devoured. Right?
And all thine adversaries.
And all our enemies.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. When you read stuff like this, you'll understand more when we go to John 3 and 16. Even though we already know in Isaiah 45 and things of that nature about what world they talk about, because we live in two totally different worlds. But right here, scripture said, and he said, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, right? And all thy adversaries, every one of them. Every one of them. So when we read in Psalm 83, right? When all the nations come together and confederate against us, these are enemies, yo. Every nation is our enemy. Just believe it. Just know that. Go around these nations. They all benefited off our captivity. Every nation. Arabics, Ishmaelites, Amalek. You know what I'm saying? We already know about Esau. Listen, every nation capitalized off our slavery. This is how we were scattered abroad. This is how we have, you know what I'm saying, Israelites that speak Creole, French. You know what I'm saying? Israelites that speak, you know what I'm saying, Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That's how you have Israelites speak these different tongues. When he's talking about speaking tongues, it's not no shibby bobbity bo. They spoke different languages. This is how it happens. Like this is how we go, man. Officer Barack Yalla, what he got like 4 languages? He speak like frequently like this. Oh man, it's amazing to see like, you know what I'm saying, to see that. General Q too. They all men, and especially Officer Hazahab, he get crazy with this Lashwan Kodash. And he a Benjamite as well. You know what I'm saying? Then of course English and all that stuff like that. And here we have geniuses, man. Like this is where the geniuses really are. Not them fools out there, but in here. And it says, every one of our adversaries, go ahead.
And all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
No, they shall be free.
Shall go into captivity.
They shall go into captivity. This is not nothing bad for us.
Right.
This is the only way we're going to be free. It's the only way we have some kind of freedom. And have our and get, and I'm saying the same way with Egypt. Like we wasn't going to, if they wasn't destroyed, we wouldn't be free. Pharaoh was trying his hard. He didn't want to let us go at all. And even after all that, he still was, I gotta get these niggas. They still came after us. You know what I'm saying? As we was getting up, going up through the Red Sea, he still was coming after us like, nah, these niggas ain't going nowhere. And that's done. So the only way they will be destroyed is if they get, you know what I'm saying, into captivity, become our servants. The only way that can happen if we have, you know what I'm saying, like here in the ISBK, we raising up men that have the courage to, you know what I'm saying, to give them orders. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna raise up our children to be like, yo, know their place. Put them in their place. We can't be afraid of them to do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't be like, yeah, we can sit together. Because then when they sit with us, they're gonna want to take our whole table.
Right.
They want to take our chair. They don't have the same. They can't be a team player. Let's say that. They can't be our partners. We can't work with them because we always gonna work better than them. And they always gonna be jealous of us. You know what I'm saying? Like Cain and Abel. Abel didn't do nothing. He just was doing what the Most High God told him to do. Go ahead.
And I looked up captivity in the Zondervan Bible.
Go ahead.
And it's so it only speaks of us.
Yeah. All
our captivities. And they never even explain really the real definition of captivity. It's just saying that they went in captivity. And it shows you who the children of Israel today.
That's it. Yeah.
Who in captivity today?
Today. Who goes into captivity every time we stray away from the Most High God. That's how we go in captivity. But every time if you go to the records, every time we got out, it was because we went back to the Most High God. Right. You know what I'm saying? In the book of Judges, you'll read a lot of that. We read about Ehud when we was in captivity to the Moabites. You know what I'm saying? We was wicked, but then when the Most High God was about to free us from the Moabites, we got in there and they stabbed him. But they said fat. They called him a fat guy. Mm-hmm. The dude that they stabbed from Moabites got up on him, stabbed him, and then ran out like yes. And mind you, he went in there like this, like he had a gift. Like, yeah, go in there like you got a gift. He's expecting a gift. Go in there, stabbed him up, ran out. Like, it's time, y'all. It's time for us to be free. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. So when the Most High God, every time we be free or get free, or any kind of, you know what I'm saying, us getting out of captivity, it's going to be because of what the Most High God did. It's not going to be because of us marching. It's not going to be because of us what Martin Luther King and them did. You know what I'm saying? But just going out there and being stupid. Getting sprayed by the hoses, getting bit by dogs. You just sending us out there to die. Nope. We're here preparing ourselves, gathering ourselves together, like the scripture says, so the Most High God can show who's God. Who's God. So we separate from them. So the Most High God going to send things upon them. Like COVID and things like that. They're going to start dropping. dying, bomb everything. The things that come when war comes, we're gonna be happy.
Right.
We're gonna be happy. Now it already started, but when oh man, we're gonna be like, yeah, it's time. It's more of that.
Time. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled.
Yeah, they that spoiled thee. They know what I'm saying? They made it to the point where everybody, black people hate being black. Black Hispanic Native Americans, they want to be like growing up. Like you'll see like a lot of little girls back then, they wanted perms. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be themselves at all. This is why they even now they getting BBLs, all that. It's in their mind program that they're not good enough. They could be gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be like, and the men that they have, or the men that they have love, I mean, so attracted to them and all that. But the insecurities of them being black, Hispanic, Native American. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, even with Keisha Cole, she hated her gap. But then you ask a lot of brothers, like, damn, I wish she didn't take her gap. And then you be like, yo, she hated it. And she fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting on Lil' Kim at one point in time, right? Yeah, she messed up. She don't look the same. Now everybody Lil' Kim. Everybody's Lil' Kim because they hate themselves. And this is what they did. They made us to where like they don't want to be themselves. But then you got them, our oppressors, their sisters, their daughters. They want full lips. They want to be thicker. They want to be black. They're gonna sit and tan for they're gonna sit in the sun because they don't want to be who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then our sisters, our beautiful sisters, right? Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, they don't want to be in their own skin. Wow. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that, yo, we love them the way they are. Right. But so it shows that what they're doing is not because they're trying to attract men. They're doing it because they hate themselves. They're doing it because they see no beauty in themselves. So when they come in here, be like, hold on, your daughter is Zion. You're better than rubies and gold. Right. You know what I'm saying? The way you are. And that's the difference in here. We know how to love our women. We know how to, you know what I'm saying, love our daughters. We know how to love our mothers, and we know how to make them feel, you know what I'm saying, special. And the world know how to make them feel like nothing. And it's on us, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American men. It's on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, to build back up our women, you know what I'm saying, self-esteem. And by doing that, and that comes with our daughters, our sisters, our women, that comes with us being Israel and priests and prophets on the Most High God. Right. We learn how to put back in our people what the world took out of us. You know what I'm saying? Or made spoiled. But they're gonna feel it. I told a dude that on one of the videos that were going viral. Mm-hmm. He was talking like, yeah, we put y'all back 400 years, this, that, and that. And I'm like, yo, y'all gonna feel it. Y'all gonna feel it too, man. Right. Y'all gonna feel it worse. And that's what keeps us going. I'm like, they can say, yeah, what we did, da. Yeah, admit everything you just did. Admit it now. Mm-hmm. Don't try to hide it. Yeah, we put 400 years, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, say all that. Because when it's time for you to be judged, don't say, yo, I didn't do it. Mm. I didn't do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. Because the people that was commenting under the comments, they's the children. You know what I'm saying? Those are the children of the slave masters.
That's a fact.
They got that same hate. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that saying, yeah, guess what? My grandfather had, your grandfather had slaves. Wow. So then I'll be like, yeah, guess what? Your great-great-grandchild gonna be my great-great-grandchild's slave. Right. And I'm saying, whatever the Lord comes, that's when your children gonna be slaves of ours and ours. Oh man, it's gonna be amazing. Right. To know what I'm saying, like, oh, I cannot, man. It's just like, yo, it's gonna be like you can't even explain it. I just know that, yo, they're gonna see it. Right. There's more. Oh, you can read 17 real quick. I know Tom got a couple more. I won't get to that article in a second too.
Verse 17, for I will restore health unto thee. Mm-hmm. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they called thee an outcast.
They call us an outcast. They're like, yo, y'all don't belong. They said, yo, we 3/4 of a person. Like, we was an outcast. Like, we nothing. And then they called us that. But the Most High God said, I will restore y'all. I will heal your wounds. Oh, man. Hearing these words is like, yo, this is the only way. We're the only ones that have the wounds. Right. We're the only ones that need salvation or be saved or need our health. They good. They dying old. You know what I'm saying? They dying passing out their wills. They have a will. Whoever owned that plantation, they probably their descendants was able to probably own it. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, now it's a museum. It was a museum for their descendants to still get slave money. They still living off slave money, man. And it's 2025. Oh man, I can't wait for them to be slaves because then we're gonna be making that real money. Right. That's when we're gonna really be empowered. Go ahead. Right.
Because they called thee an outcast, saying, "This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after."
Yeah, they're like, yo, nobody cares about us. They mock us, like, and when we go out there, we be like, yeah, we the true children of God. We the Israelites. They want to say, yo, y'all the black Hebrew Israelites, and we're like, yo, the Israelites was only us. Right. There was no white Israelites. You know, they come from Jacob, which is, we just say Israel is Jacob, and all the way down for his descendants, so-called blacks, Hispanic Native Americans. We're not white. We're different shades of brown. Right. So when we go out there and say, yo, we Israelites, they want to say, yo, y'all the black Jews, because we already know who the real Jews is. They want to say that Amalek is. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. You go to that article real quick about Bashar?
God.
It's like it. And when you read certain I'm saying, articles that we bring out, we'll see how our people is Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? How people got into so-called Jamaica or Haiti or all that. They just make it seem like the shit just came from, the first ship was us from there to here. The transatlantic slave trade, that was the last of it. We was the last of the slaves getting traded. But they perfected it with our brothers. Like, you go to 1400s, you'll see like, yo, the ships where our people getting dropped off to Spain or the Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets to us in what, 1600s? There was already traveling and shipping our people already. You know what I'm saying? So when we go into these records, we be like, oh, damn, this is why they Gonzalez, Hernandez, Lopez. That's their slave last name. That's why we over here Johnsons and know what I'm saying, and Thomases and all that. Go ahead, Bashar.
The Middle Passage in transatlantic slave trade. The Atlantic Passage or Middle Passage, usually to Brazil or an island in the Caribbean.
Right there, off the rip. Usually to Brazil or an island in the Caribbean. They already was going to like this Caribbeans and islands. We've had another article about Hispaniola. It was one island first until it was colonized by the French and Dutch or Spain?
French, I believe.
Yep.
French
and Spain. That's how it became Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Haiti was colonized by the Frenchmen, and the Dominican Republic was by the Spaniards. That's why the Dominican Republic speaks Spanish, and Haiti, they speak, you know what I'm saying, Creole. But they on the same island. They're on the same island when it was just one island first. Go ahead, Baba Bashar.
Usually to Brazil or an island in the Caribbean, was notorious for its brutality and for the overcrowded, unsanitary conditions on slave ships.
This is why, listen, man, this is what they did to us. This is what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? When we go into the records and we read these records, we'll be like, yo, they'd be captives. Who captive they were, or the things they did to us. Like it's off the rip, it's telling us how notorious for its brutality. Go ahead.
And for the overcrowded, unsanitary conditions on slave ships, in which hundreds of Africans were packed tightly into tiers below decks for a voyage of about 5,000 miles.
Listen. We just said, yo, damn, yo, we so far from home, and look, 5,000 miles. We drove to Atlanta, man. That was long. Right. Like that was long driving. We not even in the condition that they describe it. And don't pay attention when they say that Hamite stuff, man, because this is what African was. The name wasn't even even calling us Africans then. Don't, like the priest brought out yesterday, if you look up the names that was on the ships, you ain't gonna hear no, what you said, Inuku? Inuku, you ain't gonna hear no Mutombo or none of the Kente, you're gonna hear our names. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? They do that because the artists, whoever's writing these passages, remember, they modern. They're gonna use the names that they know, like they'll put American. They'll put stuff like that. So the African don't even worry about that, because that's no way. They don't even, Africans don't even tell this story.
Right.
I used to work with him when I was cooking that dinosaur. And he like, yo, they flew over here. You know what I'm saying? He flew over here. They come over here at will. We was overcrowded on slave ships. And they had insurance on us. So even in these conditions, right, if we end up sickly, they toss us over. Because the insurance only gonna come through if they're dead. So they toss him over. Instead of him being sick, or he's sick, he's dying from sickness. They won't get the full coverage. But by him, you know what I'm saying, they toss him over. So this condition is crazy. Right? It's like the prison transit bus. Right?
They were typically chained together, and usually the low ceilings did not permit them to sit upright. The heat was intolerable, and the oxygen levels became so low that candles would not burn. Because crews feared insurrection, the Africans were allowed to go outside on the upper decks for only a few hours each day.
That's like wreck. That's wreck in prison.
That's biblical wreck.
Why? It's like, yo, you're gonna get out, gonna get a couple hours, you know what I'm saying? Breathe a little bit. You'll think, in those conditions, right? When you're in those conditions, those worst conditions, you'll think that master is doing a favor by letting you out for an hour. Get some air, because you ain't getting no air in 23 hours. You ain't get no food or nothing. So when he give you food, it's like, yeah, he care a little bit.
Right.
He care a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're doing something for you. No, heck no, what?
Historians estimated that between 15 and 25% of enslaved Africans bound for the Americas died aboard slave ships.
They died. The traveling from there was the conditions were so, you know what I'm saying, horrible, that we died. That's why they came out. They had to be like, yo, we're losing too much of our product. You know what I'm saying? We got to find a way to where we could travel with our slaves and make it from one spot to over there with all of our slaves and not lose none. This is why they came out with strategies to how can we travel with our slaves to where they won't be as sick and die, and we can get them over there to where they, you know what I'm saying, we can sell them. Go ahead.
Death rates, they were directly proportional to the length of the voyage. Decline as the time of the voyage was reduced significantly between the beginning of the 16th century and the end of the 19th century. The autobiographical account of the West African Oluda Equiano, published 1789, is particularly well known for its graphic descriptions of the sufferings endured on the transatlantic voyages. Atrocities and sexual abuse of the enslaved captives were widespread, although their monetary value as slaves perhaps mitigated such treatment. Ship captains could not ignore the health of their human cargo, because they were paid only for enslaved persons delivered alive.
See? That's why, like, if you watch slave movies, like the priest brought up, we watch slave movies, right? And they'd be like, yeah. They send out the bounties. The slave catch, they'd be like, yeah. The war would be different. They'd be like, yeah, we want them back alive. We want them back dead or alive, if it's really bad. But we want them back alive. Bring them back alive first, because they're more valuable to us when they're alive. So they want to make sure that everybody get delivered alive. This is why they came out with insurance, because they're like, yo, we losing too much money because we only paid for the slaves that is living when they get over here to America. But they can't be nice to us on these ships because that's the process of making us a slave. That's the process of making us obedient slaves. To be like, yo, I got to get out of these conditions. By the time they get from over there for 5,000 miles, they're like, damn, I do whatever I can do just to stand up. Because they said like, yo, they could barely even sit up. They chain together they like this, like sardines. What?
And Captain Cesare, they asked him like, yo, you won't feed no Africans?
Wow.
And he like, you know what? I never hear about how the Africans sold our people when we was on the ships, and they wouldn't let the women get up to excuse themselves because they're on their menstrual cycle. You know what I'm saying? They said the ship voyages took 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Like when we in transit in prison, it might take 2 days. We might got to lay over at another prison, and that's hell. I can't imagine 2 months chained to another man pissing and doodling on ourselves.
Yeah, not knowing where you're going. Not even knowing what to expect. It's like, yo, I'm jumping over. Some people be like, yo, I'm jumping over. I'm going to jump over. like legs living on this ship. I could just imagine where we're going is going to be worse. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're going through this right here to get me over there. Some people just jumping over. Some people might just get jumped over. Like forget this. You know what I'm saying? Or they might try to rebel and fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's the history of pirates or what. But I know we was pirates as well. And I don't know if that's the part where how it happened. I don't know for sure. I'm saying I know somebody know in the school, but I may look into it. We all can look into it ourselves to be like, I know we was pirates. And it could be because we taking over ships. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, we don't know.
Oh, this the dude right here with the movie is based on Joseph Sink. A portrait of Joseph Sink. See even his name?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Joseph Sink, leader of the revolt aboard the slave ship Amistad.
Wow.
From a broadside dated 1839.
See? I didn't see. Wow. I didn't even see that part right there. But yeah, our people, they want to give us the stories about the slave that was over here that was like, picking cotton or just bowed out. All of us wasn't with that. Right. They had to make us like that. Go ahead.
And Salagi, the deception is crazy because I don't know if you remember in school they show you Amistad. Where all the slaves on the ship and they getting crazy. And then when the first thing they do is they take them to court as soon as they get in there. And they like speaking African language. They're like, oh, no. Like they don't know. They don't know what the judge saying. The judge like, yep, slavery. Bob! Get him out of here. And the whole time this nigga named Joseph.
Whole time his name is Joseph. Not no Kunta, Nuka, none of that stuff. His name is Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what we come from. This is who we come from. Our people come from these names, like the people about yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So like this is crazy. So like he just brought up the portrait of Joseph Sink, leader of the revolt. We was like, yo, we ain't going there. We live on water. That's what pirates did. They live on ships. Ships that they was criminals on water. Right?
So is that the guy that's based? It's this movie called 12 Years a Slave.
No. That's after him. But that happened here.
That's based on a true story?
Yeah. Hell yeah. You gotta realize this. What was going on at this time was a lot of our people was running here to get some kind of freedom papers. He was a free slave, but you gotta realize they have slave catchers coming from the south to get slaves that ran here. And at the process, they were taking free black people, taking them back and taking them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's true.
That was crazy.
That was crazy what they did. He met his family at the end of it. I think he got back, but that was true. And that's what they was doing. They was like, oh yeah, they running over here. We're gonna take them back. Take them back to the south. And you're gonna be a slave. Right?
Like even just to piggyback real quick, even George Washington, they had a law that if you was in the North for 6 months, you legally free.
Yeah.
So what he would do is take all his slaves at 5 months and like 20 days and bring them back down south.
Wow.
Take a vacation down south with the slaves and then bring them back up. That way they can never
be free.
They can never be free.
Oh.
That's George Washington.
Yeah. Wow. And listen, man, their crimes, they're the criminals, man.
That's right.
Like, yeah, we broke the law. We became nothing to us, bro. We broke the Most High God laws. But as in we learn crime really from them. We do petty crime in America. We do petty crime in America, like little stuff we do in the streets. They got laundering money. They doing all kind of things like that we can't do. We the petty, like we on the bottom chain for crimes. You know what I'm saying? But
then we learn like a lot of the crime from like the Italians.
Of course,
like that, like
that's exactly where we learned that being a gangster. Right. Yeah. Being gangsters came from them. Right. Being from we couldn't. I'm saying like remember like even the mob, the Italian mob, and them, they didn't want to sell drugs and stuff in their community. You know what I'm saying? They pushed a lot of stuff in our community. Like like that's even if you watch the Godfather of Harlem by Bumpy Johnson, he was in bed with them, but he only was able to sell in his community. Which now I'm saying I know it's based on him, but the series it's not as accurate probably. But he was trying in the movie. He was trying to find a way to stop that in his community. He was friends with Malcolm X. He was cool with Malcolm X, right? I think I sent a little video, I think, to in the chat or something like that, because they make it seem like he was a dumb nigga. Right. But I think he came up here to go to college or something like that. He trying to get financial aid. Yeah, you said that. Yep, and this is why he was trying to. That's why he ended up. Johnson? Yeah. What? He was trying to get financial aid and denied him. So you know what I'm saying. So he went to go sell drugs. Yeah. Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying, like, and when I heard that, his nephew was, I think his godson, nephew, somebody was telling me, I'm like, wow, they always make it seem like we're just stupid. But for them to even become great at that, it's wicked. But they gotta have some kind of brains. They gotta have some kind of smarts with numbers, and they plan this stuff. You got me? Like that's why this is why the oppressors put the pack in their hands, because they was buying guns. Wasn't the army getting funded because of Rick Ross and them selling drugs in the community? They're making so much money. They getting money. We funding America, but
because the Edomite couldn't get the funding from the government for his own little side mission he wanted to do in one of those guerrilla warfare countries that he was in. Yeah. And so he went straight to the streets, got the money from black people, funded a whole war. And did he ever even go to jail?
Nope. We went to jail. Rick Ross, he became famous. He went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the rapper that's why he had to change his name to Rose. People don't know why he changed the name from Rick Ross, because when Ross really came home, he like, yo, I really sold drugs. But Rick Ross, he became big for rapping because he had his name. Got the beard, and he made it seem like he made it seem like he was Kingpin. Right. And that's why when people found out, like, you just a CO. Wasn't doing what Rick Ross do. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why the image that these rappers, they're entertainers. They're not leaders. And here, we're not entertainers. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this to entertain nobody. Right. It may sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like it's good, you know what I'm saying, but we're teaching. We're doing the works. You know what I'm saying? Some people like Cap, he make us laugh. Right. You know what I'm saying? He make the teaching more not like how Esau do. Right. He's like, yeah, don't talk. Don't do this. Don't do that. He make it to it like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like family thing. Right. But with them, it's not happening. It's not happening. You get a little more, so I'm gonna get you another scripture too.
Moreover, the death rates among the European captains and crew engaged in the trade of enslaved people were at least as high as those among their captives on the Middle Passage. And the infamous incident on the slave ship Zong in 1781, when both Africans and crew members were dying of an infectious disease, Captain Luke Collingwood, hoping to stop the disease, ordered that more than 130 Africans be thrown overboard.
So this is the article. What I do is I got so many articles, right, that I don't ever know when I'm going to use them. But now I'm saying, this got to be the same article from last time.
He then filed an insurance claim on the value of the murdered enslaved persons. Occasionally, the African captives successfully revolted and took over the ships. The most famous such incident occurred when, in 1839, a slave named Joseph Sink led a mutiny of 53 illegally purchased enslaved people on the Spanish slave ship Amistad.
On what?
On the Spanish slave ship Amistad.
See, now listen, man. This is why we can prove through, of course, the scriptures, or we go through history, we go through anywhere to show that, yo, the Hispanics, so-called Hispanics and Native Americans is niggas too. Right. They're us. They are us. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how this is what they, by the time they got to us, they perfected, you know what I'm saying, the travel. By the time they got to us, they was able to, like, as time went on, they was able to perfect how to not lose slaves, how to deliver these slaves alive, how to, you know what I mean, why they won't die. If they die, like you just said, insurance. So they find a way to be like, yo, we're going to benefit off all these slaves. Go ahead.
Killing the captain and 2 members of the crew. The U.S. Supreme Court eventually ordered the Africans to be returned to their homes. And this is the deception.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, that ain't what happened. In the movie, they got off the ships and went to court.
Yeah.
And the court said, y'all going into slavery.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand because they only spoke African. Yeah. They didn't understand the English.
Yeah.
So they looking around like, where we going? And they put them right in the boat or on the thing and sent them right to the plantation.
That's great.
But the article saying they let them go back home.
Go back home.
Like somebody lying.
They're lying. Because then if they give it all, they're gonna lead right to us. Right. Like, hold on, that's us. Right. They gotta put Africans. Right. Because then if they put Israel, they put the Negroes, if they just put Negroes, like they was doing them. They got Negroes for sale. They say Negroes, we know they're not talking about Africans. Right. Because the Africans call us a kata. Cotton picking niggas. Wow. So when we be like, hold on, they don't want to be called Negroes. Nope. They don't want to be called black. That's right. Akon, man, it was a big thing when he said, yo, Africans is better entertainers than us. He said, yo, we're not like them. When he said we're better dancers, singers, everything. But what made Akon hot? He had to get us. He had to go get Styles P and then make a song about being locked up. When we was locked up, they wasn't locked up. We're the ones that was relating to the song. Like, you know how many times I used to be in my cell, like, yeah. Locked up, they were all that. Like, same thing, because we can relate to it. So Akon, this is what the heathens do. They come over here. What's the other heathen African dude?
Burna Boy.
Yeah, he come over here. He only hot because he used our songs, right? And then everybody like, yo, man, he's good. He's great. He's a great artist. No, they suck. They really suck at everything. Like, they really suck, man. Like one of the argument in the world, like two brothers put up like, yo, Congo box is nasty. So like, the world, they love it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, yo, man, these people food is disgusting, man. I'm like, yo, I know Judites. Congo box? Yeah. 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 But you know what I'm saying? Like they come over here and our people will gravitate to them. But if you think about the Judite food, which is so-called Negroes, great cooks. Right. All the Hispanic tribes, good night. Great. You know what I'm saying? Benjamite food. I'm still trying, you know what I'm saying, get more into the Levite food, which is Haitian. I didn't really get a chance like that, but we're the best cooks on the planet. Let them come over here, they want us even more bites. Like their food, like we just eat it because it's in our community. But we always like, yo, what is this? We don't even know what we eat a lot of times, right? Right. So like they always want to throw us off when they throw in these new names. They say that they're throwing these new names. Like African is really more new than when we read about the fathers of, you know what I'm saying, the people that of that land. Like when they get colonized, when these lands get colonized, they change the names. You know what I'm saying? Remember, America was only what? It started off with 13 colonies?
Right. Well, no.
Less?
Started off with a couple. Virginia,
yeah.
Then went up to New York, then it went up to Connecticut, Vermont, then they took down south.
And now look at it.
Now it's over.
But everywhere they got, they made it a part of their name. Like the scripture said that they named their cities. You know what I'm saying? That's why African, sufficient what's his name? Africus?
Scipio
Africanus, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the American dude. These names, it was colonized by these oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So they put their brand on it, like a slave. You know how it is? If you, again, watch the movies. They put a little brand on them like a horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is my slave. He come from Nottoway. It's Nottoway. You feel me? Like, come on, man. This is crazy. In fact, I go to, I ain't know, I think Obadiah is a little too long, so let me get Revelation 13 real quick. For time's sake, real quick.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13. Verse.
I'm gonna go. You can start at. This is really good though. We're gonna start at 5, but just a little backdrop. What's going on right now is this. Is now I'm saying it's nations. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear like when you see like the 10 horns, 10 crowns. That now I'm saying that developed the beast. The beast came out of these other nations, French, Dutch. You know what I'm saying? This is their fathers. The beast is America though, which is really new, like 1776. But coming from these other heads that we talked about, they got their independence by going against Britain and England and things of that nature. So now I'm saying when we get down to here, the beast, which is America, you know what I'm saying? That was a little backdrop for that. Matter of fact, we start at 4.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast.
See, now that's why I go to the dragon. They gave power to the beast. These other nations gave power to America, to the beast, for them to even have some kind of anything. They didn't have no power. It wasn't even no power in them. But as like the people are even yesterday about these nations birth babies. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about King Cyrus, when he got unalive, when he died, it split into 4. So they birth babies to where now, boom, you got your own, you got your own, you got your own. Now you run that. But it's still the same people, you know what I'm saying? Like Ukraine and Russia, Taiwan and China. You know what I'm saying? They all the same. Same thing with America. You know what I'm saying? So it said the dragon gave power to the beast. Go ahead.
And they worship the beast.
They worship the beast.
Saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Who is like America? Who can make war with America and win? This is how they think. Like, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me because I put these Negroes in chains and enslaved them for 400 years and they still slaves? Who gonna stop me? Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna stop me.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemy.
So, they got the mouth, and they be speaking great things in the world. They're like, yo, they know everything. Right. They know. They start talking about, and they say great and blasphemy. They take away what the Most High God did and say Big Bang Theory. You know what I'm saying? They say something like, yeah, science. You know what I'm saying? They say like they would have us worshiping the creation and not the creator, like the scripture said in Romans 1:25. Who turned the truth into a lie? It said, who turned the truth into a lie and have us worshiping the creature, not the creation. I mean the creation, not the creator. They did that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they speak great things. And there's some great things. You know what I'm saying? Some great things. Which is blasphemy against the Most High. Go ahead.
And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
Yeah, they it's never ends. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God.
They don't believe in God. They don't believe in Christ. They don't believe in these scriptures. That's why they write their own Talmud, and they write their own scriptures. They're like, this is my interpretation of what this means. It's not what was written. It can't be that. Let me change it to how we can fit into it. Go ahead.
To blaspheme his name.
To blaspheme his name.
And his tabernacle.
And his tabernacle. And his church. His building. Go ahead.
And them that dwelt in heaven.
And them that dwelt in heaven. Dead and living. The angels. They say, yo, and God. They're like, yo, everything. They speak against everything the Most High God did. Because they taking what the Lord did and say, I did. But
it said Satan fell and took angels with
him. Yeah. It's what they say. Like
rebellion and
this how giants is born. The angels fell and had sex with the people, you know what I'm saying, and created giants. Right. Instead of what really happened. Like we slept with the other nations and babies, the giants was born. And when they say giants, not talking about as somebody that's so tall, it's so of power. You know what I'm saying? Somebody of power like Elon Musk. Even Trump is a giant. He's a giant in the world. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Putin is a giant over there in Russia. These are giants. But even when we sleep with them, we create giants too. That now I'm saying that's gonna pretty much go against this truth. That's gonna, all right, boom, I want to fit in both. I want to fit in everybody. And they become powerful. So powerful that they can bewitch the people. They can say, yo, yeah, like T.D. Jakes and them. You know what I'm saying? They become powerful too. A lot of people have power and they giants in our community. Right?
Like Bob Marley.
Yeah, Bob Marley. Bob Marley, he's huge. He's huge. You know what I'm saying? All Diana Ross kids. Like we'll look at I'm saying these people that may seem like they us, but they're not. And they are giants in our community, but they're not us. And we look to them for some kind of leadership. Look to them for some kind of we give them the power. And they take it like Kamala Harris too. You know what I'm saying? They take it and they run. They run with it. They run with it and deceive our whole community. Go ahead, Baba Shaw.
Slakia. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
Who?
With the saints.
The saints is us. The children of Israel, the children of God. Right. So it shows again that it's a difference between these other nations that they said that the leopard, the bear, all these nations, the dragon, you know what I'm saying, the beast. And then they get to the saints. They make war with the saints. Go ahead.
And to overcome them.
And overcome us. This is what they did. Go ahead.
And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Like, come on. Like, when you read things like this, right, it takes away that everybody should be together. Everybody, nobody has that mentality but us. Because right here it just says that this beast, you know what I'm saying, have power over all kindreds, all tongues, and all nations. How can you do that? They definitely do it through religions. You know what I'm saying? They definitely do it through, of course, which is the same thing with doctrine. They do it through, you know what I'm saying, of course, through war as well. They took over everything and say, yo, what's the pledge of allegiance?
One nation.
One nation under God. That's their God, though. Their nation. They have everybody like this. Listen, y'all gonna follow us under God, but guess what? Or in reality, they're making themselves everybody God. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is really big. This is really big around the world. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Baba Shaw.
Slakia. Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship in him, whose name are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world.
Not written in the book of life of the Lamb, Christ, slain from the foundation of the world. Listen, everybody's not. This also lets you know that Christ is not coming to save the world. Right? They're not written and they're not elect. And the Most High God, He makes sure that He sealed His elect before He even released these plagues upon the world. These plagues that's going to destroy the world. His elect is sealed already. So when we see these things, it's not going to affect us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is going to be dropping around us. And we're going to know that it's the Most High God that kept us here. Go ahead, Baba Shaw. Get right to it right now.
Verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
And this is where we take this too, because like, we ain't about to force it on you. When you read these scriptures, right, and we break it down to the point where you couldn't even go to your bishop for it, you better hear this. If not, guess what? Shalom. Somebody else going to hear this. Right. Because if they have an ear, let them hear. We're going to want somebody that's going to have an ear to hear. We're not about to be like, yo, you don't see this? You don't see this? Hold on. We're not about to fight you to see this.
Right.
We want people that's going to fight for this to get out. Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10.
This is it right here.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth. Listen, man, we just brought up a couple, like, went from the prophet. We read a couple, Isaiah and Jeremiah prophets. I didn't even get to Obadiah. I didn't get to a lot of scriptures. But now we in Revelations. Because they like to say, yo, it happened already. That happened to them. But we in Revelation right here. Right. This is being showed to John the Revelator. And this is what's going to happen. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
We just read an article about what they was doing to our people, man. Right. Like the conditions that we lived on is like, yo, they say, yo, we want them to die, but we only want them to live so we can get them over there and get our money. But again, that whole thing was killing us. We're dead when we separated from the Most High, from each other, from our land. We was dead when we got ownership. And it said, he that killeth with the sword. This is how they even became powerful and overcame everybody with the sword. They built a city with blood, like the scripture says. They was going everywhere, chopping everything up. You know what I'm saying? With the sword. They say, he that killeth with the sword, go ahead.
Must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword, huh?
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is the whole thing. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. Is that they going into captivity. We got patience and faith. That's enough to know that they is going into captivity. They're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna feel what we feel. Oh, Slocky, Cap said it right there. Yeah, that's for America. That's why they call it the African American. The American come from that. And African was what you said again? Skip your African. Yeah, and they put those together, you create African Americans. Both of them was white men. You know what I'm saying? And then like Freeway Rick Ross out of Oakland. That's Rick Ross out of That's who what's that series they had? Snowfall was based off him. You seen Snowfall?
Nah.
That's really? Nah, it's crazy. And even how it ended. He was on top, and I'm saying as a drug dealer. But he was sleeping with the devil. Everybody think he was on top and he was connected, but he was hands in with CIA. That's who was flooding him with the drugs and stuff. But by the end, he was horrible. He was horrible. Go ahead.
And Slocky, they even gave him the recipe to crack.
Yeah.
Everybody was selling coke.
Yep.
Everybody was selling coke in the beginning. Is the sister or a Hispanic lady and the Edomite gave this brother the solution to how to make crack cocaine, and they got rich off.
Got rich
and destroyed everybody.
Destroyed the whole community. Wow. Destroyed the whole community to where this is what happened to the black community. And honestly, this is what made me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't justify the ones before us, but I try to understand what they was up against. They was up against the crack epidemic. They was up against things that now I'm saying that things that was put in our community to destroy. They was the first part of the destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like they really was put, like they was caught off guard. Like they going to smoke crack, thinking that they don't know what the heck they're going to get into. Next thing you know, they're selling their kids. The mom is selling her child for some crack. And Boys in the Hood, what's the kid it was a kid running in the street. People good enjoying took the kid like, yo, man, get your child in the street. And she like, what? What she said, she asked for some crack. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is how bad it had our community. So like when I put myself like, yo, hold on, this is what they was up against. You know what I'm saying? To understand how to save our people, we gotta know what basically what they went through as well. We can't just write them off because like, yo, in the world would say, yo, you was a bum. But in here, we don't see that. We don't see that, oh yeah, he's a bum. We know he's been oppressed. We know that certain things that made him even be the way he is right now. It don't justify the decisions, but us as priests and prophets to help us how we save our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? How we pull them from out there. You know what I'm saying? How the doctors, they would give medicine to the symptoms. The symptoms, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, but we get to the root and the source of what's causing these symptoms of drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? What's causing these symptoms of being a whore? What's causing these symptoms of what? Now I'm saying like sexy red. They look at her like, yeah, she's just a whore. But then she says she was raped. She said she was touched and taken advantage of, which caused these women to either be prostitutes, whores, or that. Same thing with men. There's certain things that cause us to go to the world to even like go out there to even learn from the world. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with sodomites. About 99% of them was abused, and they couldn't go nowhere and tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? And they held on, and then boom, they in the world. Don't justify the life they living, but we're in a different profession than the world. You know what I'm saying? We not your pastors. We actually priests and prophets of the Most High God that is trying to save our people. You know what I'm saying? So again, scripture we show that These devils is going into captivity, man.
Right.
And like the scripture said, this is the patience and the faith of the saints. I went down and pass the class over to preaching officer and hurry up. Shalom, Facebook.
The security announcements. We got an ISUPK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. That'll be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Right now, we're preparing for the Feast of First Fruits, which is the Pentecost in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Symbolizes 50 days after the Passover, 7 Sabbaths. You know what I'm saying? Where we in our land, we will take the best of the best when we first got in and prepared it for the Most High God. And just to show our culture, the Most High God don't care about materialistic things. That's why he have us get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? We will take the best ox and slay it and burn it to the Most High God. Don't even eat it. You know what I'm saying? Just to detach yourself from being so greedy and money hungry. You know what I'm saying? And that was our culture. You know what I'm saying? So this is a holy day, a high holy day to commemorate that. And then it's the spirit of Israel as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if everybody cared about each other instead of their car, their house, you know what I'm saying, what they got materialistically. You know what I'm saying? If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf, with that in Israel. Imagine. We'll give one courtesy salute to the Akim. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. Yazmatah, Sar. We'll give one courtesy salute to the Aquatian. And there was Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shemar Latah Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Yazmatah.